So listen, a Caucasian man has taken to the internet and has expressed why him and his people should be receiving reparations.
People should be getting reparations for the oppression that our government has put on us for the last 80 years at least. White people are forced to pay so much in taxes, they don't even have enough money to have kids anymore. There needs to be government funding to every white family who has kids. Every kid that you have, you should be getting a monthly $3,000, the same way other people do in this country, like the Jewish people. We need to make more white babies. Whether that sounds racist to you or not, the fact is, the white European bloodline is decreasing year by year. And the more we ignore it, the quicker there won't be any white people left. Sure, that sounds great to all the black people and the Muslims, but what about the white people? What about the white people in the future generations? Do they not deserve to be around other white people just because the government decided to make their workload so heavy that they can't afford to have more kids? Because that's where we are in society.
Now, when he say we, I guess he means Caucasian people, right? So he said a whole lot of things, but basically he said that he and his people deserve reparations for 80 years of oppression. And I'm like, 80 years of oppression. When were you all oppressed, right? Now, of course, he said that, especially if you're white with a family with children, you should be getting $3,000 per child, and that the white bloodline is decreasing. And of course, blacks and Muslims don't care about that. We would be all right with that. I guess that's what he's saying. But, I guess somebody needs to do something about it. It's like, okay, wait a minute now. You're a little bit delusional, because I think you meant that Black Americans should be getting reparations for oppression, right? Hundreds of years, not the little funky 80 years you talking about. Again, I'm trying to figure out where in the last 80 years white people, especially here in America, have been oppressed. They have not been. Now, I know lately they've been talking about, oh, if you've been discriminated against, you need to go and, see Trump or somebody, and they're going to file these lawsuits, especially for white men who feel like they've been oppressed or discriminated against. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But my thing is this: you talk about your bloodline decreasing and something needs to be done about it. Well, go to Europe. See that? That's where the most white people are in the world. Europe. Then it's North America, where he's complaining at, right? And then Australia. So he can go to those other places if he feels like, his bloodline is in danger. But go to Europe, where you're from. See, the problem is they like to go all over the world and plant their flag in places that they're not indigenous to, and then do all the things they're doing, oppress everybody else. And then when things aren't going their way, whatever that may be, then they want to cry and talk about, oh, we're oppressed, so we need reparations. We know what he's trying to do there. That's a play on what we're trying to do, because indeed, Black American descendants of slavery have been oppressed. Our ancestors were oppressed. Our ancestors never got the reparations that they were promised. The 40 acres and the mule, right? You name it. So right now, we as Black Americans are asking for a check. And yes, we like the land. I don't want no mule. As I said, give me a car, a tractor, or something where I could till the land or whatever it is. But yeah, he's talking about they need a reparations. Y'all got reparations when they freed my people off of those plantations and then gave the slave master reparations because they lost their slaves, right? And then the little bitty land that they started to give us back then, they ganked that from us, and then they gave it back to the master. So y'all got y'all reparations. Y'all keep getting your reparations. You know what your reparations is? Your reparations is your skin. But see, the real thing is this: white folks are starting to get a rude awakening, because when Trump got into office, he said, you ain't special. And when I say you, I mean white folks, right? They thought that, oh, if I vote for him, I'm going to get a little bit of this racism going on. I'm going to be a part of that. And yeah, Trump, you go get him. But Trump was like, listen, if you ain't got the money I got, you can't sit in the ballroom with me in the White House. I don't care about you. I don't care if your food stamps get cut off and you white and you voted for me. What they got to do with me? That's what Trump is saying to them. So now they're starting to wake up a little bit and learn that, as I say, white supremacy hates white people too. Because there's a lot of white people like your Trump and all the oligarchy. They don't feel like they're on the same playing field as men like that, or the people who are on food stamps and are white, or a housing, or any of that. Trump be playing, okay? So the accusation is that, oh, he's racist against black people. Yeah, that's probably true, but he don't like nobody who don't got the type of zeros in the bank account that he has. So now, of course, you're hearing a lot of white folks say, we need our reparations. No, you don't. And my thing is this: if y'all could not make a go of it, and all the time that you've been oppressing Black Americans and everybody else, then that's a you problem. That ain't our problem. Then you talking about we as Black folks and Muslims, would be happy with them decreasing. I mean, I'm not going to confirm or deny, but what that got to do with us? We're not the reason that your bloodline is in danger, unless you count, some of the mixing and mingling that's going on. Hey, y'all do what y'all want to do with that. But, it's simple. As I did a video not too long ago of a white man basically said, hey, y'all need to, for lack of better words, hop in the bed more. But for some reason, when y'all hop in the bed, y'all can't create babies like that. So I didn't know that has nothing to do with us. But listen, I'm gonna say this in closing. Listen, dear Caucasian man, you don't deserve reparations. Reparations is your skin. Your people were not on those plantations from sun up to sundown, picking cotton, tobacco, rice, whatever it is. Your people were not, whipped just for the smallest of things or for anything. Your people weren't whooped on their backs until the skin broke open. Your children weren't snatched from you. Your wives and your husbands weren't snatched from you. You weren't forced to be out there against your will. None of that happened to you. Now, unless you're Irish, I'll concede, yes, some of y'all people came over here as indentured servants, but slavery, there was a whole civil war and all that other stuff, if you haven't heard about it, right? To see if slaves, Black Americans on those plantations would be free. Now, thank God that, we are free, but your people didn't experience none of that. I dare you to find one picture where your people were bent over in a field anywhere, picking anything against their will. So you talking about you need reparations? Yeah, right. You'll get it when we get it. Peace.